Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with the Watauga County Arts Council again, and we've got a really cool project that we're doing this year. It's the first time we've done it. I do not think it's going to be the last time we do it. We got this bright idea back around maybe September, which was a little bit late, so next year you can expect to see this slightly earlier. But we decided to have a Christmas card for the Arts Council to sell to make money as a fundraiser. And in order to choose a Christmas card design, we decided to have a competition. So we sent out a call for artists and we said, please submit your wonderful Christmas card ideas and designs. And we had some submissions. And one of them I had already told, this is Steve Newhouse, I had told Steve that I wanted him to submit this because I thought it was a cool design. Actually, the one I saw was a slightly different version, but it's pretty similar. And Steve submitted, and lo and behold, Steve Newhouse is this year's winner of the first annual Christmas card competition design.
Thank you. What a treat this has been.
It's been fun. Now the image is behind you up here on the easel, and it is really cool for a lot of reasons. First off, one of the things I like the most about it is that it is lighthearted and fun. You know, it makes good fun of our cold winter weather. You know what I mean?
Whimsical.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
It's Christmassy because it's this time of year that we have the snow and whatever. But realistically, this is a January card, a February card. It's a card for people of all different religious persuasions to send to their friends. It's an everybody card. You did a great job, Steve.
Thank you.
Okay. Now the image, and we've got the little card right here, and we had it printed on some very nice quality paper. It does credit Steve on the back and gives you the Arts Council's logo, and these have nothing inside. So as you were just telling me, one of your friends bought some and he was delighted because he could print inside it.
Print his own message.
That's
right,
cool.
For his organization.
That's cool. And so therefore we could use it for a lot of different things. You could write thank you notes on it. You can send Christmas greetings. You can do whatever. And every dollar that you pay for your cards, which they're $10 for a pack of 10, with the envelopes, of course, and every dollar goes to help the arts in our community, which is a really worthwhile cause, we all believe. Now, Steve, why did you decide, besides the fact that I pushed on you some, why did you decide to do this?
Well, I moved here permanently in June and got very active with the High Country Water Media Society. Who's big supporters of the Watauga Arts, so did a little volunteer with you guys. And of all the cities I've lived in through my career, nobody offers the artist group within a community from all, whether it's fabric, ceramics, basket, it doesn't matter. Your organization has something for everybody in the community.
Hey, that's great. I like that.
So I thought, what a wonderful thing. And when you encouraged me to submit that for the Christmas card, it's like, yeah, if we can generate some more funds to support this great organization in Watauga County, I'm all for it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you. And thank you for that great testimony. I'm going to cut that excerpt. We're going to use your excerpt.
Well, I've lived in 15 cities through my career, and no city or county I've ever lived in, basically coast to coast, offers what Watauga Arts offers to citizens.
That's terrific. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Now let's talk about you. You've lived all over the place because you had a whole other career that was not arts connected at all.
43 years in human resources management.
And you worked for major corporations.
All over the country.
And what you did was basically problem solve and negotiate
employee
deals
relations, labor relations, benefit administration, the whole gamut.
Well, what did you do for stress relief during all those years?
Nothing. And that was part of the problem. My wife, we were on a family vacation about 15 years ago.
Before you retired?
Yes. Over in Cashiers, North Carolina. We were at Highhampton, and they had a little resort course for watercolor, 3-hour course. And she says, why don't you go take that? And I said, I can't even do stick figures. Well, I can't imagine art. So on her badgering, I went and took the class, loved it. And so when we returned home, I started taking some classes and reading books, and it was a great hobby, which is what it's been for about 15 years.
That's great. Now, I have noticed, I've seen a few of your images, and every one of them seems to have a circle in it.
Well, I do a little of everything, but my own recent preference is looking at the world through either the setting sun or the rising sun.
Oh.
Or it could be a moon, it depends. And then within that circle are the images that I'm interested in at the time.
There's all kinds of symbolism we could build out of that one.
Absolutely. And
you would be a psychologist.
My wife is the only one who doesn't like the circles.
Oh my goodness. Maybe she's just tired of them.
Well, I think that's it. So it's fun.
Now, is she into the arts?
No, not at all.
Interesting.
She's a voracious reader.
Well,
and a retired librarian, so she would rather read and sends me downstairs to paint.
I think it's fascinating that your wife would have picked an art class to kind of encourage you to go, or insist that you go try out, when that wasn't even on your radar. You know, what do you think she saw in you?
Well, I'm so glad that they weren't offering needlepoint, because that's probably where I would have headed.
I can see
I think
that.
I had more to do. Just get out of my hair for a few hours, and maybe you can find a hobby.
So you were basically getting on her nerves, and she got you out with the first available.
Probably true. Yeah.
Now you have other hobbies as well. I know you're into target shooting and that type of thing.
I joined the Watauga Gun Club here in Boone, and enjoy that. Fly fish, obviously the watercolor.
That's neat.
A variety of things.
Now, besides with the Water Media Society and with us, where else have you exhibited your work?
In Florida, where I spent a good number of years with one of the companies. They had local competitions, so I'd enter, and every once in a while one would make a juried show. One of my first circle picture made a juried show.
That's why you stuck to circles.
My friend, well, gosh, other people like this. So, and then all the people in our offices, I'd hang them in the halls, and then people would start asking, can they have one in their office?
Yeah.
And then when I moved to Memphis with FedEx, a number of them are in some of the offices at freight headquarters in Memphis.
And they're still there.
And they're still there today. So
you left your mark all over the country with your paintings.
Well, it's been a lot of fun.
That's really cool.
And nonprofit silent auctions. I've donated a number of them to silent auctions for fundraising. More recently here, Valley Cruces Elementary.
Yes.
Has a different version of the snowman, and they sold that in their silent auctions.
That's cool.
So it's fun.
And so now, is watercolor the only thing you're doing, or do you
And
try
color
others?
pencil.
And color pencil.
And a little bit of acrylic, but only if I include it with watercolor as a mixed media.
I'm sure you've discovered those pencils that you can do the pencil and then you take the wet brush and yeah. So that's another whole world all to itself.
It is indeed.
So how much time do you spend painting?
Not enough. Probably the only serious painting I've done since I've retired, because we're getting the house set up and doing all the...
You're busy.
We're a few of the snowmen. So hopefully as the winter starts, I'll get into it a little bit more.
That's great. That's great. Well, I encourage you to hurry by. We already ran out of the first batch that we ordered, and so we had to order a second batch of cards. And so we are selling that second batch of cards, and we will continue to sell them past Christmas, because obviously it's not a Christmas card entirely. It can be other things. But I encourage you to come by and get them. I don't know that we will reorder another batch. And so if you would like some, you better hurry up and come get them. If they sell as fast as the first bunch did, then you better hurry and come get them. They are available in our gift shopping gallery space. And as Steve said, we have a variety of things in there. We have, well, I think it's now up to 70 local artists represented in that gallery.
That's great.
And counting the ones that came in over the weekend, I'm doing my math here in my head. And we have everything from, well, we just brought in, Dirk Brown just brought in some wonderful metal work that you got to come see. It's really cool. I bet you haven't even seen that yet.
No, I haven't.
And we've got a new jewelry artist that just came in and has some incredible bracelets and earrings and things like that. We've got a fiber artist that has come in and done some very unique work, very special work. And then we've got clay, and we've got baskets, and we've got books and CDs and prints and paintings and photography, and what else do we have? Lots of things. Weaving. We've got all kinds of really cool things.
Scarves, all that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I've got a lady that called
Prints.
me yesterday, and she brings in specialty knitted hats, which I think will be fun. And so, you know, something a little different for everybody. So what you do is you come to the gift shop, you get your gift, and you get the cards to go with it. Right.
And then you come back on Art Crawl.
Exactly.
And enjoy the festivities, which we've really enjoyed the Art Crawl.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We do them year-round, whether or not the rest of downtown does it or not.
Oh, very good.
And so the first Friday of every month, with the exception of in January, we are going to bump it a week because most people aren't back in town quite yet. Okay. So we're going to move it to whatever that second Friday in January is. But with that one exception, it's the first Friday of every month, year-round, that we celebrate not just the wonderful art that just got hung on the walls in each new gallery exhibit, but also we celebrate literary arts by having an author present. We celebrate the musical arts by having musicians present. At this next reception, you'll be able to see Cindy Long doing weaving up close and try your own hand at it.
Oh, good.
And so just a lot of variety of things. That's one thing about the Arts Council is we believe that the arts are all-encompassing and include all kinds of different art forms, and we try to make it possible for not only for you to participate in every kind of an art form that you can possibly imagine, but that the artisans that do those art forms get every opportunity we can think of to help, you know, move them along. So our goal is to keep promoting the arts and the artists in this community. And by doing that, we're also promoting the overall community because the quality of life in this community improves, as you already know.
Absolutely.
What kind of a feel do you think that Watauga County has that's different because of the arts here? And that's a sort of an off-the-wall question to throw at you, but you know, you mentioned that you've seen other communities.
It's a very laid-back community. Mm-hmm. I think between the university and the tremendous assortment of artists. I mean, you can't drive very far in any direction. Right. And there's somebody's gallery.
That's right.
Or somebody's studio that they're working on. So I think this draws people that want to get out of the fast lane, enjoy life, whether it's the rest of their life or their entire life, and do it in an environment where the arts are appreciated. You live in a lot of cities where the arts are a very small group of people that appreciate it.
That's true.
Here, I think everybody has an appreciation for some form. You drive through the country, you've got the barns with the quilts painted on them. I mean, it's a very unique area.
Well, I appreciate that, and I think we're so fortunate to live in a place like this.
Absolutely.
And it's people like you, though, that come here and appreciate it and promote it and encourage it and help us along that make a big difference. You know, as you probably already realize, our gallery volunteer group, the vast majority of those folks are not local folks who've grown up here and lived here all their lives. They're people like you who have chosen to live here because they like the environment here and want to be involved in this community. So we appreciate you and all of the rest of them. You know,
thank you very much.
So
this has been a great experience for me and my wife. So
that's great. Now next year we'll be doing another competition. We encourage those of you who are artists or those of you who are just now finding out you're artists to get out there and come up with some designs. You will have some stiff competition because Steve tells me he has another design up his sleeve. So we'll find out how this works out. But you did mention that you had another design, and I said, hang on to it. We want it next year. And who knows, maybe next year we'll have an assortment to offer. I don't know. We'll come up with a way to do it. But I just encourage you to be part of this particular year's thing. Get some of Steve's cards. They're one of a kind. And after this year, you may not be able to get them again, so we have to make sure you get them now, right?
Very good, absolutely.
Right. And so first edition, winner of the very first annual Christmas card competition. Congratulations to you.
Well, thank you very much. And I say to everybody that says, gosh, I wish I could be an artist, I think everybody out there can. They just need to study it and learn the techniques, and everybody's got a creative side that they're not aware of. So,
you know, as a former grade school and high school art teacher, many moons ago, I always have felt that every child has an artist in them. You know, there's always an artist in every child. We all know that. Children draw everything. And when they get into grade school, some of them close down and basically lose that part of their creativity. They stop doing that. Many times it's because of peer pressure, because they feel like they can't do it as well as somebody else or whatever, or they just get interested in other things. And it's so wonderful to see people rediscover that. And that's what you did. Yeah. You know, you rediscovered the artist that had been hiding in there all those years.
True.
So I still think your wife saw something in you just didn't know was there.
Oh, someday you'll have to ask her. That'd be good to put her on the spot. Yeah.
Well, come and enjoy Steve's work. We do have the original image in the gallery, so you can see it up close, and then you can get your cards there. And be thinking about it so that next year you can submit an entry into the give Steve some competition. So,
well, happy holidays to you and everyone in the community.
To everyone, and we hope that you will become a very active part of the arts community in our community, and thank you so much for participating in all the variety of things that go on, whether it's the arts councils or anybody else's, because that's what makes this community so special.
Absolutely.
Check out our website, watauga-arts.org, for this and a whole lot more.
Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.